Hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm really happy that you are here, and I hope that you still have some space for new knowledge and maybe some kind of inspiration. So let me tell you what I have observed in our surrounding, in our world. Until recently, people's lives were easy. We studied for 17 years, then we spent the whole year in one company, then we retired, and then we died. However, it started to change because for some reason people started to realize that it is not enough to be really successful and fulfilled in life. So they started to change expectations. And one of the reasons is that we have Gen Z and millennials on board. And we started to value human rights, well-being, and being happy at work. And another thing is that we had COVID-19, and it was something new. People started to see that, they have new values. They started to they started to reevaluate what is important in their life and what is really that they should focus and what to go next. So those strong values and then the new values of the old generation caused a great crisis on the labor market. And it even has a name, the Great Resignation, that took place in 2021 and 2022. And it was a massive movement of millions of workers in America and also in the whole world when people started to quit. They just didn't want to spend their life in the company that they didn't want to be in. And they started to change the expectations. They realized that they felt unhappy, that they were stressed, that it was not what they wanted to do in their life. So they started to seek for a reason. They started to really look for fulfillment in their life and in their job. They wanted to get motivation. And also, they wanted to see what is really in front of them, what they can expect from their work. And it is extremely important to make people satisfied, well supported, and feeling happy at work. Otherwise, they might leave, but also they can be unhappy, they can be burned out, they can just be, feel unhappiness in their life. And what can we make to prevent people from feeling unhappy, from quitting jobs, and to make sure they are satisfied? We can use mentorship. And mentorship for success, fostering growth, and supporting UX and beyond is something that I would like to tell you something about. And you can ask, who are you to even tell us how to live? And I will not tell you how to live, but I can share you some stories when and how mentorship can be successful and what is the reason for this. I'm Nojek, and I am UX UI designer in CD Projekt Red, where I support artists, both technical and very artistical artists, in their daily responsibilities of providing wonderful games for the whole world. I'm also UX trainer and mentor at Itmosher Academy, where I support young designers during their process of becoming designers. So on every step of their changing profession. And I met a lot of wonderful mentors in my life. It all started when I was 10 years old. And I was in a primary school, and trust me, I didn't really understand why I should even spend my free time learning and doing my homework. And you could really see that from my grades. But I was excellent at creating stories about parent-teaching meetings, so I always said that it was cancelled, that the teacher was ill, or she was, taken by aliens somewhere. So my parents didn't know anything about my grades. So I was really sneaky for the whole year. But as you know from books and from movies, all good stories have come to the end at some point, and so it happened to me. And it was the end of the year. There is a ceremony of ending year that you get this sheet of paper with all the grades, and this is the reason of this meeting. And I went there with my mom. My father was at work at that point, so he couldn't join us. And after that ceremony, I was supposed to have a dentist appointment. It was a regular meeting, not a big deal, just to check on my teeth. So after the ceremony, we went there with my mom. And a very important fact, that dentist was my dad. So I showed him, you know, he welcomed us and he said, "Hi guys, how are you? Show me your grades, Anya." And as the result, I came back home without 4 baby teeth. And until today, I'm not really sure if it is, you know, it was a necessary treatment or it was kind of a message. However, something changed that day. He started to do homework with me. And one day, we finished my history homework, and there was an extra task for volunteers. And he asked me, "Anya, would you like to do it?" And I was like, why should I do something which is totally for extra people and for volunteers? Nobody does it. Come on, everybody would laugh at me. They know my position at school. And my father said, "What? Why would they laugh at you? You can be better than that. You can use your knowledge." And I was like this. I didn't really understand him, but I did the task because it was easy. So, guess what? I went to school, and nobody laughed at me, and I got recognition from the teacher, and the highest grade in my life. I started the process of speaking in front of people, not being afraid of what they think about me, even if I'm scared right now. And I also was motivated to go for more, because I used my knowledge to really catch for something, to reach for something that I was not even aware of. And my father that day became my first mentor in my life. According to workplace survey, and that was about current situation in the labor market done by American Psychological Association, they asked people what is important in their life. They responded that it's important to have a job where they consistently have opportunity to learn. It was a shared opinion by 91% of people. It means that people want to develop, they want to learn, because it gives them motivation to go for more. But what happens when we don't know where to really focus? Here's a story about Tom. Tom is a regular designer, and he works in an IT company. He has every day new requirements from stakeholders. Give me the mock-up for yesterday, do something for this morning. And he has new projects all the time, because his team is getting bigger, it scales responsibility, so the pace of work is really high. So you can say that he has the area to grow. However, he doesn't have anyone to really speak about the design. He has nobody to really consult user experience in his work. And he has nobody to report to. He's, you know, like a totally independent person in his team. And he feels like his full potential is not used because he repeats the same things over and over again. With every new project, he has the same process. And he doesn't know how to develop, how to go further. And even if he knew, he wouldn't be able to do it because he doesn't believe he is able to do it. So he starts to feel lonely. He feels like he's jaded with all the things that he has to repeat over and over again, and it impacts his sense of belonging and well-being. He starts to underperform. He starts to feel unuseful, and it guides him to burnout. But he simply wants to leave the job. What he needs is using potential and opportunity to learn and grow, and who can help him is a mentor. According to SNBC survey about workplace happiness, 4 out of 10 people without mentor said that they have considered quitting their jobs in the last 3 months when this survey was taken. During the same study, 9 out of 10 people with mentors said that they started to be happy at their job. When Tom gets mentor, he gets advices of where to focus, what are the areas of improvements, where he can really go better, when he can make it better. And what kind of goal he might have and how to achieve those goals. Thanks to mentorship, Tom starts to be satisfied and his career is boosted. A lot of people in our environment, of IT, UX, go to this place because this is cool. They start to change profession, they start to change jobs, but changing the job means that they might need to change the profession. So they start from being, for example, advanced in some areas, they start to be juniors. And they start to feel anxious because there is a new area and they are not ready for it. Or maybe they would be, but this would be in 1 second. UX and IT is a challenging area. You have to collaborate with a lot of specialists from different levels of expertise and also different specializations. And so they need seniors, they need people with experience. So for juniors, it is very hard to start. Or even if they start, they get responsibilities they are not ready for. Because they need to be professional, so they try to manage. They try to really do what they are asked to do, but they pretend they know what they are doing, but they don't know because they don't have the experience. And at this point, they don't need the experience because this is the moment where they start to collect it, when they start to really work. So this is the moment where they don't need anything apart from motivation for working. So they start to feel they don't belong, they don't know enough. Maybe, they're too new, too junior, so they need support before going on board and guidance when they get on board, when they start. And they need to build their confidence and self-reliance. And this is where the mentor can help them. Mentoring for juniors give them opportunity for encouragement. So despite challenges, they can go further. They get new connections with the mentor who's been here for a while. And they get professional feedback of where to develop, where to get stronger, better. And they get practical knowledge that they desperately need at this point. So thanks to mentoring, they start to feel courage and they are powerful to take the first steps in their career. So what exactly is mentorship about? It's a relationship between someone with more knowledge and experience to someone with less knowledge and experience. The goal is to be successful, to build confidence and efficiency in the mentee. So mentorship is kind of guidance. It helps to develop, it helps to grow. And this is the best example of mentorship that I can think about, Dumbledore and Harry Potter. Dumbledore had one-on-one meetings with Harry about mission of Harry, so defeating Voldemort, so what he has to do to defeat him and what challenges are in front of them. So they had faith and trust. On the dangerous mission of getting Horcruxes, Harry knew that Dumbledore trusts with his life on what Harry would do. Also, Harry has challenges and new skills thanks to Dumbledore, who hasn't told him everything he needs to know in his career, in his journey, but Harry knows how to do it. And step by step, understanding what he has to do and how he can make it and what skills he needs, he is able to reach his goal. So, saving the world, I would say. And how about you? Knowing how others feel, maybe you can do something about it. Because you can change by doing. You don't need any kind of education of becoming a mentor. If you understand how others feel and what they need at every step of your career, where you've already been to, you can just understand that the time is needed to make mentorship successful, and this is time that people need to get confident, to become self-reliant. And what it can give you as a mentor? It is your knowledge that you can share. And using knowledge and using everything that you learned starts to feel like fitting, all the knowledge start to feel like puzzles, because this is the knowledge you start to use, and it gives satisfaction to you, because your mentees start to use this knowledge and start to become successful. It gives you recognition in front of your boss, in front of the community, because you are support. You are supportive. You build the environment of support. And it gives you new perspectives of areas that you haven't seen or you miss, because you are in a different position, because you've been there, but you might forgot. Mentorship relationship, according to New UK research, provide two-way inspiration for both mentee and mentor, which claimed 84% of respondents out of 6,000 of people in 40 major organizations in UK. During the same study, mentorship relationship made people, mentors and mentees, empowered and have developed greater confidence for 87% of respondents. And it's not about saying how wonderful your mentees are and they should just keep it up. Sometimes it's, very often I get comments from my students that they value my feedback because I tell them, I help them to set a path to their goal, so every goal that they need and every step. And I'm being harsh, sometimes maybe too much, but the point is that you should find a mentorship style that works for your mentee. And wherever you are stuck, you can think what Dumbledore would do at this point, because he's a perfect figure of what mentorship should be based on. He never reacts with anger, he never reacts with impatience. So he offers opportunities that his mentees need desperately at the moment. It might be useful on every step of your career when you want to improve and develop your skills, when you want to challenge yourself, or you feel like your challenges are not enough, that you want to go for more. And when you want to boost your career, you can consult anything that you need at the moment. So it might be portfolio, it might be recruitment process, it even might be your career development and every path and every step that you might take to go somewhere else, somewhere where you want to be. And it's not like you have to look for any kind of mentorship land to find your mentor and people you can mentor to. It's enough that you look around and see who you can see as the inspiration, where you can be the inspiration for others. So it might be at school, it might be at educational units, it might be at work, it might be on the internet or on this kind of conferences. So it's everywhere where you are. It's just, the only thing that you need at this point is reaching out to them and ask if anybody needs support, or see if somebody needs it, or you want this support, so don't be afraid of asking. So, to sum up, mentorship increases retention, because people who are well supported, they want to be part of the company. They want to start live in this company. They want to stay here. They start to be efficient workforce because they want to be part of the company grow. They want to build this community, and it builds their confidence. They start to be self-reliant. They start to be successful in everything that they need in their career. And last but not least, they are satisfied and they feel fulfillment, both as mentor and mentee. Mentorship means success for organization and for people. So what you should do now is think of where you are within your career right now. Do you want to go further? Do you want to help someone? Just be aware that we must all face the choice between what is right and what is easy. Because mentorship is a process, and this process takes time. as just like process of getting on board and starting to be efficient worker, efficient designer or developer. So let's build supportive environment. And remember that it's not only about talking about mentorship, because imagine a situation, a designer asks during the recruitment process, hi, I want to be sure that in your company that I'm asked to join, I have any kind of supportive hub, I have any kind of mentorship program, or anyone that I can rely on. And the company answers, yeah, of course, we do have everything. So I suppose that this person doesn't want to feel dissatisfaction like this. So take the action, because without proper guidance, we may exist but not fully living a passionate life. And at the end of the day, it's all about passion and being happy. And this is where we want to be, both as people, workers, and we want others to feel the same way. Thank you very much.